Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, hello, my name is Sam and it is lovely to meet you. If you're not new around here, welcome back, and Nicole Saw is still here. Still going strong. But yeah, if you're not new around here, he's been hanging around for a little bit, but he's slowly going. So we had a big spot, now we've got a big hustle. So it's been a rough one. But for today's video, I thought it would be interesting to kind of go through my palettes and pick out some palettes that I would use for Valentine's Day, just to give you guys some inspiration, either to shop your stash, maybe if you want to purchase a new palette. There's definitely some newer ones here in my collection. There's also some older ones, just in case you have something in your collection that's very similar, or if you have these, it'd be a great idea to pull them out and maybe use them. So if that is something that you're interested in and you want to stick around, then please hit like, please hit subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future uploads, especially without this. So let's just dive straight into it. I just want this to be a really quick one. This is going up on the new phone, so if you're new around here, basically I've had a bit of a palaver with my phone. It's been an absolute nightmare. I'm now filming with the new phone again, and we're going to upload, hopefully I'm going to try and upload this for Saturday to see how it goes. I'm not going to get into it all. I think I pretty much described it all in the last video, so if you're interested in what the palaver's been with the phone, then yeah, it's just been an absolute flipping nightmare. I've also been super quiet here on YouTube over the past week. We went to Wales on Friday, and my youngest daughter was rushed into hospital on Saturday, and then she had to stay in until Monday, and then so it's been a nightmare. It's been a hard few days. So the next few videos, I think I'm just going to strip it back and yeah, do something, just do something like this, because yeah, it's easier to edit and upload. So starting with the first palette that I chose 12, by the way, which I was quite surprised, because when I think of Valentine's, I think of like pinks and purples and even neutrals, because you might want to jazz it up with a bold lip, which is always fun. A pink lip, a purple lip, I was going to say blue, a red lip. Reds, you know, you can jazz anything up with a great red lip. So I thought, yeah, and those aren't technically my colour stories, because I'm more like bright colourful palettes. But yeah, so I was quite surprised I managed to pick out 12. But we're going to go in with the first one, which is one of the newer ones to my collection. It is the Pat McGrath Quint that she brought out from the holiday collection. Obviously, I feel like some of these will be discontinued, so if I can't link them, I do apologise. But if you have them or something similar, then it might be wise to pull them out. And this is the Celestial Nirvana eyeshadow palette in Nude Allure. Just look at that. So like neutrally pinky. It's kind of got a bit of everything in there. There is only one matte, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's a nice matte. And if you wanted to pull in maybe like a bit of a pinkier matte, I'm sure you have one in your collection somewhere. But if you're going with a light hand, you can definitely use this as a transition shade, maybe more of a medium skin tone. I can't get away with it. But if you have like a lighter nude, you definitely, and then you can jazz it up with these shimmers and this inner corner highlight. It is absolutely beautiful, and yeah, I just thought this was perfect for a nude one if you wanted to go nude with the bold lip. Another newer one into my collection is the Ace Beauté Aura palette. So again, like the purples, this bright pop of like pinky purple shimmer if you really want to jazz it up. And you do have some neutrals. I would possibly take out these tones. These are a bit more like greeny tones, but yeah, I think the rest of it, like your berry, your purples, and like I say, that pinky purple. You do have a brown here, so if you did want to go in with like a neutral, it's brown. Oh no, sorry, this is the brown. Yeah, I'm working in the opposite direction. Now this is a brown down here. So yeah, if you wanted to go like just with a neutral with the pop of the pinky shimmer, then you definitely could with your bold lip. I just thought it was a really good one, and something that people probably wouldn't think of. This is an old one. If it's available, I will link it down below. But this is something that again, I absolutely loved back in the day. So this is the BH Cosmetics Mimosa palette. And this is definitely your bright pinks your girly pinky colours. Absolutely love this colour down here. I bet you could probably get away with using that as a blush if you went in with a light hand. But yeah, it's very pink. There isn't a lot of depth to this palette, so if you do like depth, maybe not going to be one for you to pull out for Valentine's Day. But again, you could make it a little bit more neutral. You've got a light neutral, a medium neutral, but again, not any depth to it. But it is a pink palette, so of course it would be a great one to use on Valentine's Day. Next, we're going a little bit more bougie. This is one of my favourite palettes, to be honest. This is the Patrick Tart Major Dimensions 2, and it is that beautiful rose gold, stunning, beautiful. If you're going out for a nice meal or whatever you're doing, if you're sitting at home with your BJs on, watching a bit of 50 Shades of Grey, you know, and you want to slap a bit of eyeshadow on because the kids are in bed, you know, this is such a lovely palette. These shimmers absolutely stunning on the eye. They're not like wham bam shimmers in your face. They're just so special. They don't look like nothing special. It's a beautiful palette. I could go on about it all day. Another one now, I think this one is definitely discontinued. This is an ABH one, and it's the ABH and Jackie Anya palette. Yeah, I feel like this is such a beautiful, you could literally do a pinky look, a purpley look, a neutral look, maybe take out that green. But this is, I felt like this was probably one of the utmost palettes that I had in my collection. The whole of it is Valentine's Day for me. And even this red, like, it's just, it's beautiful. I don't use this enough, and I definitely don't give it enough credit, and it is such a stunning palette. If you have this in your collection, whether it's just for Valentine's Day, whether it's for any day, definitely pull it out because it's a beautiful palette. Moving on, we're going into a bit of ND, bit of Natasha Denona, and the only midi size palette that I own, but had to include it, it's the My Dream palette. Yeah, again, I don't think maybe you could use that a bit more like warm tones, but I felt like this, you know, smoky sexiness, berryness over here, and again maybe a bit of pop of neutral. It's not your ideal Valentine's, but absolutely look at this multi-chrome down here, or duochrome. If I can get it on camera, there you can see the green there. It is a beautiful palette, and if you wanted to use warm tones, you definitely could. This is definitely one of those palettes that can be pulled out for pretty much any kind of date night, to be quite honest. But it is a beautiful palette. So yeah, I just thought it had to be included. Next, we're stepping it up a bit and we're going into Mother Pat. Of course, I had to bring in a couple of my most expensive palettes, and this one is definitely one of those, and this is Mothership 10, and it is Moonlit Seduction. Not so much the shimmers are your typical Valentines, but I just thought like the mattes were very typically like, you know, your mauvey kind of colours. Yeah, I really do. I absolutely love this palette, to be quite honest, and I think this is one of those again that would be Christmas, New Year, Valentine's, birthday, anniversary. You could just do anything with that palette. I absolutely love it, and that is why it ranked very high in my 2022 favourites. If you missed that, definitely go ahead and check that out. Next one, we're going into indie brands, and this is Nomad Cosmetics, the Fête de Provence palette. Again, I just thought, apart from maybe the middle row, you've got your pinks, you've got like your warmer berry tones, and you've got your purples. So I wouldn't say these two rows here are very Valentine's Day, but you could definitely create a beautiful, stunning Valentine's look with this palette, and I absolutely adore this palette with my whole heart. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the first Nomad palette that I bought. Yeah, so of course it has a special place in my heart. But yeah, very nice. I absolutely love it. It's brill. It's brill. Next, we're going over to Huda Beauty, and this is the Mercury Retrograde palette. And again, apart from maybe these two pops of blue, oh, can just slap my fingers on it. Maybe if you just took those two shades out, I'm gonna try and do that. This is definitely, again, like the Jackie on your palette. This is a Valentine's palette to me. Your pinks, your purples, your deep tones, you know, even a bit of gold if you want to. Yeah, but you can do it neutral, you can do it colourful. It's a beautiful palette. Got blue off my hands now, but yeah, it's a beautiful palette, and I definitely recommend that one. That's my only, like, the big, no, I have the empowered one, don't I? I'm lying. Going into Pat McGrath again, and we're going to be going into the Mega Mothership, the Celestial Nirvana. The packaging just screams Valentine's Day to me. I didn't actually buy anything from her Love collection, I know. Nothing just spoke to me. Nothing really spoke to me. It was quite boring. I understand that it's Pat, but if I want to buy from her, the minute I kind of want to buy something that is different and that is gonna, you know, even like the smaller palettes, like the smaller motherships, I feel like she could have included like a special shade in there, and that probably would have stirred me to maybe pick one up. The liquid eyeshadows is not something that I particularly am interested in, but I'll definitely watch some reviews. So if there's any of the palettes or any of the liquid eyeshadows that you wanted to test out, but you were like, oh, it's a bit expensive, then let me know down below, because I do want to try them out myself. Maybe not the palettes, but definitely the liquid eyeshadows. I am curious. But yeah, here we go again. So you've got everything in this palette. Again, you've got, maybe not your blue, but you've got like your pinky tones, you've got your purples, you've even got a pop of green if you want to, but you've got your neutrals as well. Again, perfect for Valentine's Day, and it is, I think it's discontinued now, unfortunately, and the packaging is just 10 out of 10 Valentine's Day. Now, this is an oldie. This is such an old one. I was like, I forgot I had this. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting one, Sam. I need to pull that out. I haven't even used the top row in this, and it is the P. Louise, the tapes from, I think, last year or maybe even the year before. So she did, there was Date Night, Vacation and Wedding Wish. I think those were the three. Obviously, I had to go with Date Night. So yeah, this is the colour story. So I thought it was really, really unusual. It's not something, I don't think it's very, very Valentine's Day, especially like this row. But this row is definitely Valentine's Day. I think that was really, really pretty. But obviously this isn't just a Valentine's palette. It is like specifically if you're going out on a date. So yeah, a lot of people are going to be going out on dates. So if you have this in your collection, I'd definitely reach out for it again. I do have all three of those, so if you wanted me to do like a look with them, if you wanted me to pull them back out and shop my stash a little bit, I'm happy to do that. And last but certainly not least, I think this is the pinkiest, oh, apart from the Mimosa, the pinkiest palette that I own when I was going through my collection. And it is, again, a Pat McGrath palette, and it is Divine Rose 2. Oh, come on, just come on. Again, that is, there we go, we can see the shift from the green to the pink. It is stunning, absolutely beautiful. I do plan on picking maybe Utopian Dream up this year. That would probably be another one that I would have put in this collection. But again, with all of your pinks, you've got depth as well. You've got, I mean, you do only have two mattes, and these shimmers are pretty darn similar for a very expensive palette, but it is beautiful. So beautiful. And that's it. That is all of the palettes that I have in my collection that I thought I could recommend to you for Valentine's Day. So whatever you're doing for Valentine's Day, as I said, if you're staying in, if you're going out, if you're not celebrating it at all, you just want to put on some pink eyeshadow. If you absolutely hate Valentine's Day and you want to wear some black eyeshadow, you do as you please, whatever makes you happy. But I hope that you have a lovely day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.